And how much as it hurt me, how much as I'm angry, I have to let you be.
The conversation between Yandy and Mendeecees was one of the most emotional moments of the season because it felt completely genuine. Instead of another heated argument, there was a quiet sadness between them that made the scene even more powerful. Their exchange reflected emotional exhaustion rather than anger, showing how much unresolved pain had built up over time. According to the narration, it wasn't just about one disagreement. It was the result of years of hurt and disappointment. More than anything, the conversation felt like a major turning point, leaving viewers wondering whether their relationship could truly recover from everything they had been through.
So Mendeecees tells me he wants to talk to me. I honestly don't even feel like talking anymore. I feel like there's nothing more to say. I have no words for how he acted on that camping trip. And he's not going to get the pleasure of hearing any more words from me. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to try my best to listen. Hello?
Hey.
Hey.
I'm glad you came.
I admit, my emotions was all over the place on the camping trip. It hurts my feelings to see that me and Yandy's at odds, because for 20 years, this was pretty much my best friend. I'm just hoping that we could find a way to move forward today, and if it's not for us, then hopefully it's for our kids.
You know, I know it has been a very rough year for us. To this day, I'm just shocked the way things turned out. Everything I've been doing was leading for us to be together. Whenever the emotional attachment you had with someone else, whatever it was, I didn't know how to take that, and my pride got in the way, and I act a fool, and I regret it. And that's it.
It's weird because I feel like if you would have just said these words 7 months ago, you would have still been in the house. No emotional connection is like a connection that I have with you and our family.
But I felt like I wasn't chosen. I felt like you chose somebody over me, and I was less than. And how much as it hurt me, how much as I'm angry, I have to let you be.
What I see in front of me is the man that I fell in love with. Sweet, kind, vulnerable. Where has he been? Where has this person been? Where?
Leaving you felt like it was leaving my kids too. The hardest thing I ever had to do in my life. I don't even see my kids no more. And here we are. We was friends before we became anything. We fell in love. Then it's like lost respect. How do two people that love each other, and the woman I love more than anyone in this earth was becoming my enemy? Because I don't know how to deal with my hurt. She doesn't know how to deal with her hurt. How do two people that's supposed to love each other keep hurting each other?
I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. I just really wish we weren't here.
Like, I love you. Through it all. I'm telling you, I love you. Come on.
Mendeecees appeared to reach a painful realization during the conversation that Yandy may have already checked out of the relationship emotionally. The look on his face suggested that the situation had finally become real to him. Rather than believing this was another disagreement they would eventually work through, it seemed like he was beginning to understand that the emotional distance between them had grown much deeper than either of them had admitted. What made the scene especially heartbreaking was Yandy's demeanor. She no longer looked like someone desperately trying to save the relationship or convince her partner to understand her feelings. Instead, she appeared emotionally exhausted, carrying the weight of years of disappointment, frustration, and unresolved hurt. According to the narration, she gave the impression of someone who had spent so much time fighting for the relationship that she simply had nothing left to give. The conversation also suggested that Mendeecees was finally recognizing just how much emotional pain had built up over the years. His reactions made it seem as though he was beginning to understand the depth of Yandy's frustration, but the timing felt significant. Sometimes people don't fully realize how much their partner has been struggling until the relationship reaches a breaking point, and the narrator implies that this may have been exactly what viewers were witnessing. Another detail that stood out was the contrast between the two of them. Mendeecees still appeared to be searching for hope and trying to understand where everything had gone wrong, while Yandy remained noticeably distant. There was very little emotion in her expressions beyond sadness and exhaustion. She wasn't arguing aggressively or trying to prove a point. Instead, she seemed calm in a way that often comes after someone has already processed the possibility of moving on. That emotional detachment made the conversation even more difficult to watch. When someone stops raising their voice and no longer feels the need to defend themselves, it can sometimes signal that they've reached a place of acceptance. According to the narration, Yandy's quiet responses carried more weight than any heated argument because they suggested she had already spent years saying everything she needed to say. Their long history together added another layer to the moment. After nearly 2 decades of sharing life experiences, overcoming obstacles, raising a family, and facing public scrutiny, many viewers probably assumed their relationship could survive almost anything. Relationships that endure so many challenges often seem unbreakable from the outside. However, the narrator suggests this scene proved that even the strongest bonds can slowly weaken if emotional wounds remain unresolved for too long. The conversation also highlighted how differently people process relationship struggles. One person may continue believing there's still time to repair what's broken, while the other has already begun letting go emotionally long before the breakup is ever discussed. That difference creates one of the most painful situations a couple can face because they're no longer experiencing the relationship from the same emotional place. By the end of the exchange, it felt as though Mendeecees was trying to hold on to a future he still believed could be saved, while Yandy appeared to have quietly accepted that things might never return to what they once were. Whether that ultimately means the end of their relationship remains uncertain, but according to the narration, this conversation marked a major turning point. Instead of focusing on blame or another argument, it revealed the emotional distance that had quietly grown between them over time, making it one of the season's most powerful and emotional moments.